Hi guys, it's Sam from Creatively Sam's, and today I'm going to show you how I antique this little guy using nothing but a little acrylic paint. If you want to see how I did this, stay tuned. It's coming up next. Okay, I got this at the Five Below when I was in there looking around to see if they had anything that was cute for the baby's Easter basket. And I couldn't resist him. For $5, it says ages 6 and up. I think I can handle that. But this little guy, he's like a bisque ceramic. I'm going to get out my paints and I'm going to start painting. My little gnome that I'd gotten at Walmart years ago, and you've seen me do this in my Goodwill, $5 Goodwill challenge. But I love this little guy. And I figure, what the heck, I might as well give him a little friend. Okay, to do this, the flesh on it, I used one actually called Flesh. This is an old paint of mine. I don't know if they have the exact same thing anymore, but every line of paint has some kind of flesh. So, anyway, I got his little hands done, his little face and nose. Don't like the way he doesn't have eyes, but I'll make do. The next thing I'm going to do is try to do his little eyebrows, and I'm going to use chestnut because it has a slightly reddish tint to it. And then after I get all that done, I'm going to be dry brushing it with some metallic copper. So after I get his hair done, then I'm going to decide on what color outfit he's going to have. And it's probably going to be some sort of green to go with that, but stand out. Because I really love this little guy. Okay, well, I'll be back. Okay, for most of this, I've been using this brush that's kind of flat and helps me get into those little nooks and crannies. But for the real tiny spots, like his little mouth here, and I know it's really hard to see, but I'm using this. It's a thicker detail brush, and I don't know if you can tell, but I can see where things go by the way the light hits it when I turn it at different different angles. And that's something that my friend, who was a ceramics teacher, taught me years and years ago. Instead of driving yourself crazy, let the light help. I don't know if you can see that I've got just about all of it, except the light's making a shadow right here. So I know that I've got to get the paintbrush down in there. And I probably never would have seen that until I was just about completely done, if it hadn't been for the way that the light was catching it. So Lynn, if you're watching, I'm still remembering all the things that you taught me, and I really appreciate it. Okay, I'm going to keep outlining all of his hair, and then once I get it all outlined, I'll fill it in. Okay, I've got the little guy painted. Now I'm going to use some of this metallic copper, and it's by Folk Art. And I'm going to take a brush and gently, get you down here where you can see it, gently go into that, just the tips. And then on a paper towel, I'm going to wipe almost all of it off. And then just go sideways over top of the little bit of texture. And this, it actually gives it a like a red hair look. And by doing it this way, you bring out highlights, but you still have that darker bit down inside. After I get all of this done, and this paint is completely dry, I'm going to take it outside, and I'm going to give it at least 2 very heavy coats of clear paint. You know me, I love the Acrylic triple thick. But any clear paint will work for the next phase of this. Okay, I gave the little guy 2 really good coats of the Acrylic triple thick, and even got the bottom because this is going to be sitting on mulch outside. So now that it has gotten a couple really good coats of the clear glaze, I'm going to start antiquing. Now I have a cup, and definitely it's going to be something that I can throw away. I've got dark brown paint, and I'm using apple barrels melted chocolate because it is a nice dark brown. And I have water, and I have a paintbrush. This is a big paintbrush because I'm not doing any detail work. I have rubber gloves because I really don't want to be totally covered with it, with all the paint. And I have paper towels, which I'm going to be dampening. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is mix the paint and the water, and this is going to be about a 50-50 mix. I just need the color. I don't need it to cover. I just need color. And like I said, about a 50-50 mix. Okay, I've got it mixed up, and you can see how watered down this is. This is just about 50-50. And the paper towel, I just sprayed it with, I told you before, I keep bottles of all kind of stuff in my craft room, so I don't have to leave it. But I'm just gently spraying a little bit of water on here just to dampen it. I don't want this wet, I just want it damp. And okay. I'm just dipping. I don't know if you can see that it's only up to here. So I'm not using a whole lot. And I'm going to start on his little hat, and I'm going to do him upside down because this is going to run. I'm going to take the damp paper towel and wipe off. And you can see how it's already antiqued. And of course, if you don't want that much antiquing, you just wipe it a little more. And you could pretty much use any shade of brown, but the darker that you use, the better it's going to show up with the least amount of work. And he's going to be going outside when he's completely done. And I think the antique is, antiquing is going to make him stand out a little better by just letting this flow down into all of the little cracks and crevices and then wiping off the top. It really adds that antique look as well as dimension. And after he's all done and he dries, if I think it needs more, I'll add more. If not, I can always go in with a wet paper towel and buff some of this off. I mean, this is only paint. And I know a lot of people get really beside themselves when they try something like this. But like I said, it's only paint. I mean, especially acrylic paint. Until you seal this, it's not permanent. I mean, I just love what that antiquing just did to that plain white and yellow flower. Okay, it's all nice and dry, and I just wanted to show you, and I left this on here so that you could see it. It's a little bit thick right here, and it is completely dry. So I'm going to show you how easy it is to get this antiquing off until it's painted. Let's bring it closer. And you can see that it's coming off onto the paper towel. And this paper towel, you saw me wet it, and it's just damp. And I'm just wiping off the excess paint to get it to look the way I want it. Well, there he is all done, and I just love this little guy. I can't wait to see him out in the garden with the other gnome and the mushrooms that I made. And I just think he is so adorable. So if you like what you saw, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and happy creating, everyone.